How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the HBI Auto YouTube channel. Today we're doing a POV drive on this beautiful 2020 Porsche Cayenne base. So to start off with this video, I want to point out just how beautiful the interior is on these new Porsche Cayennes. So you have this infotainment screen here that is full touchscreen. It's a very large screen actually. And through here you can obviously change all your navigation and your media settings, but you can also change your drive mode through here. So right now it's in normal. Let's go ahead and put this in sport actually, and it does have stuff such as off-road mode and that kind of stuff. So you have on-road, gravel, mud, sand, and rocks if you need to go ever take this thing off-roading. So all the animations actually in this infotainment system are super nice and updated. There's no lag or anything on it. Change your climate settings through here as well, but also you can change all that through here. But basically this, you control the different modes of where the air goes through, the ventilation, and that kind of stuff. So one thing that I do really like about this interior is the haptic touch on the buttons. As you can see here, sport, turn that off and on, and it feels really nice to the touch. It has almost like a little vibration like feeling to it. And yeah, your e-brake is right here. Obviously the shifter. Put this car in park, you just hit the P button right there, and you hit this button, push all the way down and put you in drive. So like I said, this car is in sport right now. So another thing that I really like about this interior is the gauge setup that's right in front of you. So you have your tachometer right in the middle, you have your speed display here that is digital display, but you also have your speedometer here to the left. The image quality that you get on this vehicle through the map, as you can see right here, is super nice and clear. It looks just like, you know, anything that you would see on a smartphone. And you can scroll through here and get the different screens. You get no delay or anything, but you can see your tire pressures, all your temps and stuff here through the right side, as you can see. And you even have a G-force meter, which is super neat. Let's go ahead and downshift a couple. Let's do a little pull and see what this engine has. Okay, not too bad. So the base Cayenne for 2020 did come with a 3-liter V6 engine that produces 335 horsepower. It also pushes out 332 foot-pounds of torque. I know those aren't groundbreaking numbers, but this is a base Cayenne, as I said. But another thing that people really don't realize is these vehicles handle really well for them being an SUV. I would say that the handling in these vehicles is better than what most expect. As you can see right there, it's just able to handle turns. And you know, you don't feel like you're flipping over like you would, you know, in a Jeep or something like that. It feels very planted for, you know, a full-size SUV frame. Another thing I forgot to note is this car does have your sport chrono right there. You have your red needles, which looks super nice and sporty, that matches the needle here on your tachometer. So I have this really nice looking sporty steering wheel that looks similar to what you would see in the performance models that Porsche makes. Like if you were to get like a Cayenne or something like that, this looks pretty much identical to what you would get. I do really like this little knob that you have on the steering wheel. It feels super nice and it's very ergonomic. It's a lot faster to scroll through here than pressing up and down individually on the screens like in previous cars. So with that V6 engine in here, like I said, the 3-liter V6 engine, you do get an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is actually really good. You have your nice paddle shifters here, and the shift times on this vehicle are pretty impressive for, you know, just a regular SUV, not a performance SUV or anything like that. So this vehicle is finished with this nice black leather interior that matches the exterior of the car. So as you can see here from the mirror, it is a black exterior. Like I said, that matches this entire black interior. You have some piano black bits around the interior, as you can see right here and here on the door card, that looks super nice and elegant. Let's go ahead, turn traction control off. So let's go ahead and do a little launch. Let's go turn the AC off. We're already in sport. Let's go ahead, load the converter, and we're good. Zero to 60 is not bad. I mean, it definitely has enough power for you to, you know, merge onto a freeway safely and that kind of stuff. You need to pass someone on a back road, you definitely have the power to go and do that if you need to. But like I said, this isn't groundbreaking performance coming from this V6 engine that produces 335 horsepower. This is a heavy vehicle that you have to remember. But other than that, I mean, I'm sure this is a very, very good vehicle for everyday driving. I'm sure it gets good gas mileage and that kind of stuff. The more I drive this car, the more I'm really starting to like this whole screen right here. There's that map right there that looks very detailed. So if you go and, you know, just zoom in on here, it's very responsive. I mean, it's super hot right now. It's 87 degrees, but even in, you know, hot weather, it doesn't seem to affect these screens, you know, much at all. I know, like, obviously if you have a device like a smartphone or something, it heats up, it starts to get a little bit slow. And even with this, I mean, this screen is pretty hot to the touch and it's still very responsive and works like it should. Also really like how nice the quality of this screen is. You can see there's that little animation of the Cayenne, but even like just putting it in normal mode, the little animations that it does just look super cool and obviously fits the modern look of this vehicle. And I guess if you're going off-roading, this could be useful, but you do have this little handle that you and the passenger can hold on to. Not really sure how you would use that in everyday driving, because I don't drive with my hand down here, but like I said, off-road use, I can see how you can use it. So here it is, the 2020 Porsche Cayenne base. As you can see, finished in black. I really like the way these new headlights look. As you can see, the housing of the headlight is black and not chrome, so it fits more of that sleek look that this vehicle has. If we walk over to the back, probably my favorite thing about the exterior of these new Cayennes is just how nice and modern these taillights look. As you can see right here, you have these LED taillights, and you have this nice little bar with the Porsche logo right here inside that light housing, which is honestly super nice design, and I am a huge fan of it. Every time I see one of these on the road, I just appreciate just how nice the styling is on the rear end of these cars. With the base Cayenne, you do get 19-inch wheels, as you can see right here, that come standard on this vehicle. So nothing too crazy when it comes to the wheels. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. All right, so when you pop the hood, you'll immediately find that you have this 3-liter V6 engine right here. This vehicle obviously is completely stock, so there's nothing done to it, but nothing much to see down here. You have this cover covering up the actual motors, so that's all you got under the hood. All right, so a couple of things that I'm noticing on the interior that I haven't even mentioned is the lock buttons on this car. It's almost like the haptic touch that you have right here. As you can see, I don't know if you can hear that, but it makes a nice little noise, clicking noise, but just very nice to the touch. As you can see, it's the same thing here with all of these light buttons, as you can see. But let's go ahead and turn this car on. Obviously, the ignition is here on the left, like every Porsche. Another thing that I discovered that actually took me a while to figure out, I was using the volume buttons right here to go up and down, but the volume button is actually not up here. You would think it is because it looks like a volume knob, but it is not. It is actually this little volume panel right here, which I'm personally not a big fan because it's kind of right in front of the shifter, so it kind of is hard to get to it in different angles. But that is how you go up and down in the volume if you don't want to use a steering wheel, as you can see. So you can see you have your backup camera there, as well as your front and rear parking sensors. So if you do approach something, it'll show up right here on the screen. So that pretty much wraps up today's POV drive of this 2020 Porsche Cayenne base. There's not really much to talk about with this vehicle, like I said, with it being a base package. It isn't a performance model or anything, but it is very nice in here. I am a huge fan of this interior. Like I said, I love the rear end of these cars with the new LED taillights. And yeah, very impressed with the screens on this car. Very high quality, doesn't look cheap or anything. With that being said, guys, if you enjoyed what you're watching, make sure to like and subscribe. And if there's any other videos you'd like to see on this channel, make sure to comment down below and we'll be sure to make that happen. If you guys are interested in purchasing this vehicle, all the links will be down in the description below for you to get all the information on this 2020 Porsche Cayenne. And it also only has 20,000 miles on it, so this is a very low mileage car. That being said, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.